Hi, I'm Shona Allen.
And I'm Gary Allen, the Cockney Bard.
And today we're on the trail of the Holy Grail. Now, there have been many books written all about the Holy Grail, but what is it? Is it a physical object? Is it something else?
And today we're going to find out.
It has been called the most elusive relic of all time, the Cup of Christ, a divine vessel, the secret to eternal life. But what if the Holy Grail was never meant to be found? The legend of the Holy Grail didn't appear during the time of Christ, or even in the early days of Christianity. In fact, the Grail's first literary appearance was in the late 12th century in a work by the French poet Chrétien de Troyes, Perceval ou le Conte du Graal, Percival or the Story of the Grail, written sometime between 1182 and 1190. In this unfinished tale, a mysterious object known only as the Grail is presented not as a cup, but as a shining otherworldly platter carried in a procession before the protagonist Percival. Over the centuries, the Grail's form transformed. Some texts describe it as a chalice, believed to be the cup used by Jesus at the Last Supper. Others imagined it as a stone that fell from heaven, and even a magical cauldron with Celtic origins. Or in a more modern twist, in the Dan Brown novel and film, The Da Vinci Code, the womb of Mary Magdalene as a vessel of Jesus' bloodline. In Wolfram von Eschenbach's 13th century epic Parzival, the Grail is a stone that provides nourishment and spiritual wisdom, not a cup at all. But what if the Grail was never meant to be literal? To many mystics, alchemists and esoteric traditions, the Holy Grail represents something far more profound, the quest for inner enlightenment, divine union, or even the perfected self. Some believe it symbolises the divine feminine, the womb or the vessel of creation itself. Others see it as the soul's journey through darkness towards illumination. Despite countless quests from allegedly the Templars to the Nazis to modern-day treasure hunters, no physical evidence of the Holy Grail has ever been found, although some may claim so. But it is interesting to note that in Wolfram von Eschenbach's Parzival story, he names a group called the Templesine, i.e. the Templars, as guardians of the Grail. The Valencia Chalice in Valencia Cathedral, Spain, is said to be the most widely recognised contender for the Holy Grail, but then it only possibly could be if one took the later, Christianised fables literally. But the Grail may not be an object hidden in the sands of history, but a metaphor. Long before medieval Europe and Christian tradition, ancient cultures revered sacred vessels. The Celts had myths of magic cauldrons that healed the sick and revived the dead. In Persian tradition there was the cup of Jamshid, said to reveal the secrets of the universe. Even in Hindu and Buddhist traditions, sacred bowls and vessels appear as symbols of wisdom and transcendence. The Grail, then, may be a synthesis, a myth that evolved by absorbing fragments of older, deeper human stories about the divine and the eternal. In the end, the Holy Grail may not be found in a hidden chapel or buried beneath ancient ruins. But then, what is it? If it is an allegory rather than an actual object, well, the key to that is in the hero's journey to find the Grail, an individual quest where each must go through trials, temptations, confusion and despair. The path is not easy. It's about purifying the soul so it can hold the Grail or divine truth. The quest destroys illusions and egoic identity. The final attainment is not an object, but an awakened state, a transformation, a union with the divine, from lead to gold in alchemical terms, a resurrection to immortality. Thus the real Grail, then, is not a thing to possess, but a truth to discover for all true seekers, pure of heart.